Welcome back to Horizon Zero Dawn, everybody. I'm Mental Fox, and I thank you for joining me again. Well, we are getting ready to climb down to discover the deep secrets of the Earth. Aloy explores the ancient ruins beneath the Citadel and unravels the unbelievable truth of Project Zero Dawn. Well, if the comments are any indication, we are in for a treat.
Have a better one.
Several people have mentioned that mind-blowing story ahead. So big reveal. Going to find out what Project Zero Dawn actually is. I'm excited to find out what it is. They've made it sound like it's this horrible, unspeakable, unbelievable thing.
That woman said to meet her at a green tent down in the camp.
What?
Might be worth a visit.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? We already met with her. Why are you saying that again? Huh. Yeah, I don't know why she said that again. We already met with the woman at the green tent. I mean, I don't think we need to go back to her. So we're not going to. That was Vanasha? Was that her name? Hop across these things. And we'll climb down. She's pretty good at this. Last time we were here, it was very dark. Okay, you can let go now. There you go. Now it's daytime, and we can enter. I wonder if Silence will give us the whole point of no return message again. He probably will. But that's okay. I think we're good. And from what I understand, we will make it back to the surface after this. It'll just be a while. What do you mean not right now? Let's do it. Here we go.
I'm heading down.
I've spent a lifetime trying to uncover the secrets of this world. Where the machines came from. How the old ones achieved such marvels only to fall into silence and death. A lifetime of failure. As year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello.
Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage east. And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the Earth were laid bare. I suspect you will have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
Hold for identiscan. Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Malfunction. 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 Malfunction.
You kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Sobek here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this door!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
Emergency venting authorized.
So by now,
That was funny.
Guess you can't have everything.
that will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was the one risking my life down here.
Yes, fine. Now will you please get moving? There's so much to learn in less time than I'd hoped.
Alright, let's get moving. Let's get to learning. So we are now to explore the Project Zero Dawn facility. Probably going to be a lot of data points down here, so I need to keep my eyes peeled for those. I'm going to guess that I haven't missed any thus far, because that was all a cutscene. But you never know with this game, you know? You never know. I'll just kind of run back here and just take a quick look. Okay, I don't see anything. I'm not even sure how she got down here, actually. I mean, I know I saw her use the rope, but I didn't see where she came from.
To Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. We found it.
Are you really so surprised?
Facility diagnostics detect multiple failures. Attempting repair.
So, what was this room?
An entrance hall, perhaps. Have a look around.
Let's have a look around. What else are we gonna do? There's a data point in here. There's a bunch of them. Here's a data point. Let's just start with this one. Another incident. From lounge staff to admin. Subject, another incident. This morning's unfortunate incident with Dr. Popovich is another example of reception's need for additional support. We appreciate that Zero Dawn is an immensely complicated project, but as the staff who serve on the front line, we're tired of being neglected. As we have already requested, we need human translators fluent in Polish, for example, security staff who can subdue enraged embryologists, for example, and dermal sedatives to calm persons who are screaming in Polish while hurling chairs and vases at reception staff, for example. Yes, most of the candidates are reasonably calm and well behaved, but we need help handling the exceptions to that rule. Please respond. I don't know why they need... Oh, okay, Dr. Popovich is apparently Polish, and so they need a way to speak with him. And I guess Dr. Popovich is an embryologist? And they want to sedate him with dermal sedatives. Alright, what's Dr. Popovich so upset about? I do not know. There is another data point in here somewhere. Just taking a look. Data point. There's one over here. We need support too. From reception staff to admin, we need support too. Reception staff continues to require additional support managing ZD candidates. I guess that would be Zero Dawn, huh? Managing ZD candidates when they arrive at the facility. Many are frightened or confused. Some are highly agitated. These are not the sort of persons who are accustomed to having information withheld from them. At minimum, we need human translators. The Langbots are not sufficient, and mild sedatives for the extreme cases. Any and all support would be welcome. Perhaps you could start by responding to one of these mails? What the heck is going on down here? So a lot of people... These are people who are not accustomed to having information withheld from them, and they need to be sedated. And then they're talking about managing Zero Dawn candidates. Candidates, huh? Let's keep moving. So this looks like, yeah, maybe it was kind of like some kind of reception area. The door forced open. We are maxed out on health, which is super nice. Open door. Aloy knows how to do that. More data points ahead.
Please take a seat and wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
That sounds nice. I could go for a beverage and a snack. So we've got a waiting room here, it would seem. Here's another data point. Soundproofing? Oh gosh, soundproofing. From lounge staff to admin, subject soundproofing. Would it be possible to improve the soundproofing between VR1 and the lounge area? Most of the candidates stay quiet during the presentation, but the ones who scream or sob can be plainly heard by candidates waiting their turn in the lounge. Just a thought. Wow, what the heck could make them scream or sob? I sure hope that we find the answer to that and other questions in this episode. More data points in here. Here's one right here. Let's check it out. Restock or else. From lounge staff to admin, subject restock or else. For the 5th time, please restock the lounge's selection of herbal teas. If I have to listen to one more egghead throw a tantrum because we're out of the organic cucumber mint or blackberry sage varietals, I am going to lose it. Please respond. And this time, no tempest in a teapot or steep demand jokes, okay? Steep demand, that's pretty funny. Because you steep tea, get it? Here is a supply crate. Let us help ourselves to whatever is inside of it. Hoorah! So, it looks like little, maybe interrogation rooms. Or maybe not interrogation, interview rooms. Interview room with little cubbies here for maximum privacy. It's important to me that I don't miss any.
Proceed into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
It's important to me that I don't miss anything. You know that. Well, it looks like maybe we're going to get to watch the video sooner rather than later. I hope it works.
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
CD01 data intact.
Ooh, here we go.
Initiating playback.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors that Zero Dawn is a top-secret superweapons program, the technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them, and they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a superweapons program, and it will not save us. Nothing will save us. And here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down, the entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day, the day that life on Earth ceases to exist, is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
Well, that's cool. That actually goes right along with what we've learned so far. I mean, they talked about the robots and how they would just continue to multiply, and how they would just continue to eat, devour all of the living mass on the Earth, humans, plants, everything. And there was no way to stop them. And that's what it looked like was the case, except for this hope of Zero Dawn. And now we find out that that's not what Zero Dawn is. You can't stop them. It's impossible. Unless they have the deactivation code, which takes half a century. Is that what he said? Half a century to decrypt? Well, I wonder if it's been half a century, and that's what Project Zero Dawn was. Maybe they put in, embryos. Dr. Popovich, he was an embryologist. So, what they're doing is they took people, Elizabeth Sobek, one of them, obviously, because you're looking at her right now, basically. They took their embryos, probably cryogenically froze them underground, and then set some kind of timer for was it half a century? I don't remember what it said. It seems like it was longer than that. Set some kind of timer, and then after however much time has passed to decrypt the shutdown codes, these people wake up. Now, how these people waking up are supposed to figure out how to activate the code, I'm not sure. But I guess we're going to find that out. But anyway, that's what I think is going on now, and I think that's great. I think that goes along with what we've learned so far. It makes perfect sense. Because I couldn't think of anything that was going to stop the robots. Okay, now I thought I saw a data point around here, or maybe the hologram was a data point itself. That's probably the case. Yeah, hologram data point. Yeah, okay, so that's what we just heard or watched right there. I like that. I like that. That was cool. I like that there was no way to save humans and life on the planet. That's the way it should be. If this plague... Well, not plague. If this virus, this pharaoh virus is as bad as they say it is, and it does what they say it does, there is no hope for life on this planet. Now, why there is a bunch of life on this planet right now, I don't know. Why are there a bunch of plants?
Kestrels. They got in. Through the vents.
Kestrels.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
Kestrels. Well, that one dude, he's got a big weapon. Is it just 3 dudes? Is that it? Oh man. How do I want to fight these guys? Well, what weapons do I have equipped? We could put down some tripwires, maybe. You know, I don't know if they're going to come in here. Yep, they are. Okay, so he's shocked. Oh, that looked like it went right through him. Shoot it, Aloy. Oh, what? That went right through him too!
Don't turn your back!
Oh, crap. Alright. Okay, I need to get rid of these losers because there's a lot of data... Oh, damn it. There's a lot of data points I want to read in here. The problem with this shocking business is that it doesn't do any damage. It just slows them down. Oh, good lord, Aloy. Alright, well, it looks like we've got a big square to fight them in. I'm going to switch to fire and see if that does any more damage to them. Are they coming? Are they behind me now? No, they're not. Come on, dudes. Come through the door. Take a step through. Come on. Look at that. He's just standing there. Here he comes. He's dead. He's dead. And he's dead.
We're too close to the tribal primitive to stop us now.
Yeah, too close.
Points. What do they contain?
Hold on, I'll get to it. I like those explodey bombs, man. Those are great. Oh, that's the big weapon. Okay, well, let's start reading data points, shall we? Oh, what's down here? Kind of a secret way around. Maybe I could have snuck up on him or something. What's our map look like? Yeah, I guess these are just tunnels we could have used to sneak around. Well, here's a data point right here. Interview Ron Felder. This is an audio data point. Voice recording candidate interview, PhD aerospace engineering. So they're trying to basically interview the best of the best, the brightest of the brightest, and freeze their embryos, right? Let's listen.
Look, let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship. It's obvious. And it's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since '57? That went nowhere real slow. And you have to get somewhere real fast. Do you have any idea the immensity of the challenge to prep a new colony ship in time?
To be clear, I'm not a worker on the project.
Do you even understand how few people it could save? The whole generation ship concept is not gonna happen. It's the first thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage, we're talking a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it at Sirius X, there's no room for people on that thing, all right?
If you could try to remain calm.
You people are crazy if you think you're getting off this rock. No one's getting off.
Medical.
Oh, you didn't need to call medical. He wasn't that irate. So apparently he thought that they were gonna like blast him off into space. Now I don't know whether that's really the plan or whether he just thinks it was the plan. Here's an interview right here. Captain Okilo. Candidate interview, Information Warfare Specialist, NAC. Let's listen.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we couldn't negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, US Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Harris said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
What is left? Keep looking for data points. Here's one over here. Oh, I'm still crouching. I don't need to crouch. It's all good. Counselor Guidelines 1. It's a text log. Let's read it. For debriefing after presentation 1, candidates must be allowed to ask questions and be given the necessary time to fully absorb the information they have received. It is important to be aware that candidates have just been exposed to triggers for several mental and emotional trauma. Do not assume silence or outward calmness indicates acceptance. It is essential to stress that all other options for combating the Pharaoh Plague and preserving the continuation of human life have been considered and found unworkable. Communicate this fact calmly, but clearly and firmly. Familiarize yourself with data on the catastrophic environmental impact of nuclear engagements versus the swarm, Addendum B, and unfeasibility of maintaining life in orbital, lunar, or undersea structures, Addenda C1, C2, C3, so that you can counter candidates' objections in depth. Okay, so definitely not going to maintain life in orbit, on the moon, or undersea. If a candidate asks for time alone to review supplementary information, allow this without hesitation. Be sure to inform security personnel so the candidate can be monitored for attempts at self-harm. Candidates should only be cleared to proceed to Presentation 2 if you believe their mental state is sufficiently stable. Note that real-time support will be available via your focus. Security and medical crisis teams are data corrupted. Presentation 2 is probably going to be when they talk about the reason we brought you here is because we want to freeze your body or eggs or, well, not eggs, embryo or whatever. I don't know how it all works. And we want to store it for years. Data point. Interview. Suzanne Alpert. Voice recording. Candidate interview. PhD. Environmental science. Let's listen.
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said, not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
She's ready. Let's keep looking for data points. Can't get through here. Is this a room I can go in? Probably not. Whoa, that's the map? Okay. Oh, okay. Good thing I can't shock myself. Well, here's a data point right here. Interview Travis Tate. I know I can press a button out there and play it on that screen, but I like to come in here to clear off the exclamation mark and also to be able to read it as I listen to it. Let's listen.
Want to discuss? Whew. So Mama, she was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bible serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations. Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her words, it was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. Sterling Malkeet was me, don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty, too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place. You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed. Just go.
Well, he doesn't seem to be too affected by the news, does he? Here's another one here. Take a listen. Interview with Brad Andak. Voice recording, candidate interview formerly of FAS.
You previously worked for Faro Automated Systems.
on the chariot line self-replication routines. I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since,
Would you like to take a moment?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
So old Brad Andak here worked on the self-replication routines. Oh, Brad did too good of a job. More data points. Or at least one more. Are there any more? Yeah, there's one back this way. See if we can find it. It's like upstairs. How do I get up there? Don't know if I need to go through this door to get up there, or if there's some stairs that'll take me up there in here. I'd hate to go through that door and then miss my opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I bet this is the viewing room. So I need to figure out how to get up to that floor up there. She can't... Oh, let's see. What did I jump on? Okay, there's got to be a way to get up there, right? Figure it out, Aloy. You can do it. Oh, is this a data point that I missed right here? It's pretty funny. Alright, here's a data point I missed. Interview with Tom Peach. Or Payich? Payich? I don't know. Candidate interview, PhD, molecular and cellular biology.
That is accurate, yes.
So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people, they feed off them?
Not just people, all organic matter.
Every living thing, dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution, liquefied. The miracle of life reduced to bloody biofuel.
In a word, yes.
Who did this? Pharaoh? That arsehole. Is he here?
No, Doctor. Please.
Tell him Tom Pake wants a word. Now, get off! Get off!
Doctor, please.
You get Ted Pharaoh in here!
Old Tom Pake is a little upset. Okay. So, there's a data point up above us, it would seem. And like I said, I don't know if I'm going to get an opportunity to read it in another room, you know? I don't want to leave here and then not be able to come back. That would upset me greatly. So, hey look, a ladder. Hey look, can climb ladders. Alright, cool. Alright. Yes. Yes. Good work, Aloy. Yes. Got a data point and supply crate. Let's take a listen to this one. Interview with Dr. Suve. That's how I pronounce it. I don't know if it's right or not. Voice recording, candidate interview, PhD, art, history, and museum studies. Okay, interesting.
There is some mistake. I don't understand why I was brought here. Why would you show me these things?
I know that there's already a lot to take in.
In the waiting area, I was seated with a Nobel laureate in biophysics and a monk, I think. He spoke neither English nor Mandarin. It is very strange. And General Harris? What was he talking about? The robot swarm, the pharaoh plague? I understand it is terrible. But it really cannot be stopped? Why tell us this? There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family. They have joined Operation Enduring Victory already. It is for nothing? We will all die?
We're going to be able to answer some of these questions.
I just want to know why I am here. It doesn't make sense to me.
You were brought here because of your skill set.
No, that can't be right. I am an art historian. I know Dutch masters, Japanese calligraphy, Gerhard Richter. What does that matter now?
What does that matter now? Okay. Have we found all of the data points in this room? I'm thinking maybe we have. That would mean it's time for us to enter the viewing room. I'm gonna just do another spin here. Okay, I see no little squares showing up on my mini-map or my compass up there. And if we look at our notebook, everything's all filled in up to this point. So I feel pretty good about moving forward. So let's go ahead and do that.
CD02 data intact. Initiating playback.
Elizabeth Sobek.
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh Plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
The whole Earth destroyed, but then remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine of creation.
Elizabeth did this. For life. For us. But why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a pharaoh robot? And why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the Archive of Knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
Let's hope so. So it looked like Gaia and its other partners were supposed to... It looked like we were supposed to build robots that would work on repopulating the life on the Earth, and they showed like a picture or a diagram of what looked like a glint hawk and another one of a long leg? I don't remember the names of these things. So were these robots supposed to be good robots then? The ones that remain? All these ones that are hostile towards humans and the ones that we've been fighting this whole game, are they actually supposed to be good robots? And, so what happened to the robots that Pharaoh built? All those, military robots, the ones that actually did end all life on the planet. Huh. I hadn't considered that the robots that remain are not the Pharaoh robots, but I guess if I would have paid attention earlier, when we were in Pharaoh, they showed the robots, like holograms of them, and none of them, I don't think, were the robots that we see roaming the planet now. None of them were Watchers or Tramplers or whatever these things are called. Interesting. So if these machines that are out there now are part of Gaia, why are they hostile? I don't know. But at least that explains why there is still life on this planet, because these machines don't consume it like the Pharaoh-plagued machines did, I think. Do you think that there's going to be more bad guys in here? You know they have to throw that at us every once in a while. Well, not yet. So we're supposed to go to processing, but there are more data points in here for us to listen to. There's one right here in front of us. Make your selection. A text log. You are now in possession of information regarding the true nature and purpose of Project Zero Dawn, classified far above top secret. As such, we regret that you cannot be allowed to leave this facility. There are 3 options available to you at this point. Please consider each carefully. Trained counselors are standing by to assist you in making your choice. 1. Participation. You will be assigned to a sub-project team based on your area of expertise. You should be aware that the way forward will be difficult and the project's outcome is uncertain. You will be expected to work a minimum of 80 hours per week, and your communications with family members will be strictly limited and monitored in real time. Upon successful completion of the project, you and your immediate family, or 2 persons of your choosing, will be transferred to the Elysium sealed habitat to live out the remainder of your natural lives. Well, at least they won't get eaten by machines. So that's option 1. Option 2, indefinite detention. Should you choose to decline participation in Project Zero Dawn, you will be confined indefinitely. You will be given 48 hours to reconsider, after which your decision to refuse participation will be considered irrevocable. Every reasonable effort will be made to make your term of confinement as comfortable as possible, but you will not be permitted contact with the outside world, and death within 18 months due to the Pharaoh Plague is inevitable. When the Zero Dawn facility is abandoned, detainees who wish not to opt for medical euthanasia will be released. Interesting. Remember the very first ruin that we visited? There were like data points there that talked about basically people, you know, killing themselves or being part of a mass suicide. I wonder if those are the ones who declined participation in the project. It'd be interesting to go back and rewatch or re-listen to those messages again. See if they make more sense in light of this. And the third option, what do you think the third option is? The first one is you could participate. The second one is, no, I don't want to participate, but you're going to be detained indefinitely. I don't think the third one is, well, we'll just kick you out, because you can't do that, because then they may tell other people about the truth. Maybe immediate euthanasia would be the third one? Let's see. Medical euthanasia. The information you have just received understandably calls into question the purpose of continuing to live. If you would prefer to end your life at this point, pain-free medical euthanasia is available. A 48-hour waiting period is required, during which time you may instead opt for participation or confinement. Please notify a counselor when you are ready to make your choice, or if you have further questions. Can you imagine how heavy this would be? I mean, I'd like to think that I would be willing to participate. I mean, I think I would, thinking about it right now, but there's really no way. There's no way you could possibly know how you would react if this were real and you were presented with this information, these choices. I don't know. I hope I would participate. I think I would. More data points in this room. At least 2 more. Oh, 3. Let's find them. Oh, so we're in processing. Go to central projects. Here's a data point on the ground here. Counselor Guidelines 2. Another text log. For debriefing after Presentation 2, it is vitally important that candidates choose to participate in Project Zero Dawn voluntarily and knowingly, without additional coercion and without value judgment on the part of the counselor. Confirm for candidates that they were selected due to their skill sets and accomplishments. Emphasize that their dedicated participation in Zero Dawn will increase the project's chances of success. Frame participation in Zero Dawn as an opportunity to respond actively in the face of an overwhelming threat. Candidates may question the fairness of their selection. Validate such objections as normal, even admirable responses. Emphasize the value of candidates' expertise to the future, not just of humanity, but terrestrial life as a whole. Likewise, candidates may balk at the morality of extending their lifespans and those of loved ones beyond 0 day. Validate their hesitation. Acknowledge that, while the reward of Elysium is not fair, it will be earned. If possible, redirect their ethical misgivings towards greater commitment to the project. When candidates challenge the plausibility of Project Zero Dawn, permit them to review Dr. Sobek's presentation as many times as they wish, and allow access to supplemental articles G01 through P20. Allow them to suspend the interview to fully process this documentation. A significant minority of candidates will elect for medical euthanasia. It is important to receive this decision kindly and without judgment. Advise them of the 48-hour waiting period, during which counselors will be available to discuss their decision. Emphasize that euthanasia will not occur without repeated consent when the procedure is scheduled to take place. No one will be euthanized against her or his will. Candidates who elect indefinite detention must be informed that they have 48 hours to reverse their decision, after which the decision blah-biddy-blah. Heavy stuff, man. Heavy, heavy stuff. 2 more data points that I am aware of in this vicinity. Here's one right here. This is an audio data point. Interview 2 with Brad Andak. Remember, he's the one who created the self-replication routines, and he feels pretty guilty about it. Voice recording. Decision interview, formerly of FAS.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves they weren't cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. A better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. Isn't it just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom? I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be atonement.
Well, good for Brad. Good for Brad. Okay. Oh, 2 more data points somewhere in this area over here. Here's one. Let's take a listen to this one, and it's another audio one. Interview 2 with Ron Felder. Decision interview. He is a PhD in aerospace engineering.
Is he to make sure I behave this time?
Security, for your protection. Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. This kind of blue skying, it's... Jesus. I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What did you... You don't... Get your hands off me!
Oh my. Wow. Oh, Ron. Come on, Ron. Play along, man. And another data point over here. Whoops. Interview 2 with Suzanne Alpert. Fill in the blanks. She is the PhD in environmental reclamation. This is her decision interview.
If you're still nauseous.
No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this. But the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timo. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock?
You'd grow old together, with your loved ones, in safety.
I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family?
I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized. A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years.
I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words.
I'm sorry?
Finish it. Medical euthanasia. I want no part of this. I just want it over.
I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
Oh, Dr. Alpert. It's too much for Dr. Alpert to bear. She doesn't have any loved ones. She has no reason to keep on living. She doesn't care about the future of humanity. Oh, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to judge. I'm not supposed to judge. Okay, this was Elizabeth Sobek. I didn't realize they were called... This one's called the bad news and this one's called the good news. Okay, I believe that is all of the data points in this room. We are now supposed to go to Central Projects. It is through this door. Now, the fact that there's health here would lead me to believe that we're going to come across more baddies. Gotta keep it interesting. But we'll find out what's beyond that door next time, as it's time for me to end my play session. Well, we finally have learned what Project Zero Dawn is. I like it. I like the plan. Again, it's impossible to really imagine how I would react in such a situation. But sitting here in my cozy room, here in this, you know, world I live in now, sounds pretty cool, man. Let's go ahead and build robots that will reseed the Earth in 60 years or so. At least I think that's when the robots are supposed to wake up and start their work, I think. And I guess, really, that's when the encryption codes were supposed to have been solved. So I guess those codes have already been sent down to all the Pharaoh robots, right? Those have already been destroyed, except for just a few. I think there's just a few left. We've fought a few of them, I think. Those are the ones that the cultists have been reviving. But, yeah. I mean, you can't stop the robots, so let's keep humanity alive. I like Project Zero Dawn. I think it's a great idea. We'll see if I still feel that way after I finish the game. But like I said, it's time for me to end this episode. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this play session. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, why don't you let me know by leaving me a like or a comment. If you're not a subscriber, why not consider subscribing? Thank you guys so much for watching. I sure do hope you join me again in the next episode.